Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope that y'all are having a really awesome holiday season so far. I have started decorating my home for the holidays and got my Christmas tree up and some other things throughout my house. So today we are going to be making some ornaments, some DIY ornaments, and these are going to be more of like natural, Scandinavian, almost like boho, but also I feel like these could also go with a modern style as well. So there's really something here for everybody today. So if you guys are interested in that, then stick around. And if you're new here, I'm Noelle. I make new videos every single week on home decor, DIY home decor, and making your home look high-end on a budget. So if you like those kinds of videos, then definitely hit the subscribe button and stick around. And we're going to go ahead and get into today's DIY video. And make sure that you guys leave a comment below with what your favorite ornament is from this video. So for this first ornament that we're going to be making, I'm going to be taking some inspiration from these ornaments that I found at Anthropology, and I just thought that they were so cool and just really added a lot of texture and almost like a whimsicalness to my Christmas tree. So we're going to be using just a plain ornament, and this one is plastic because plastic ornaments don't last long in my house. So this one's plastic, and then I have, this is just wrapped up because I didn't want it to get messed up, but whoa, these florals, this is just some dried flowers that I found at TJ Maxx, I want to say, or Home Goods. So I'm going to be using these guys, and you can use whatever kind of greenery or dried florals that you want. You can even go outside and pick something and dry it out yourself so that you're minimizing the cost of this project. So the first thing we're going to do is just remove this cap so that we can actually get things down into the ornament. And next I'm just going to be cutting off a bit of this dried floral. Once you got your pieces cut, you can just go ahead and put them inside of your ornament. If it's too long, you can go back and cut it. I'd rather it be too long than too short, just because if it's too short, then it's not going to sit right inside of the ornament. So try and keep it longer than you think it should be. And then if it's not sitting right, you can use some tweezers to kind of move the things around on the inside and get it to how you like it. And once you got your florals inside, you can just go ahead and put your cap back on. And to finish it off, you can either use a ornament hook, or you could put a really pretty piece of ribbon or twine through the top of it to just really finish it off. So I mentioned in my Christmas Decorate With Me video that I was wanting to incorporate bells into my Christmas decor this year. So whenever I found this little set pack of 6 of craft bells from Hobby Lobby, I knew that I had to pick them up and make some kind of Christmas decor out of them. So we're going to be making some cute little Christmas bell ornaments with these. We're going to start by stringing our twine through the needle, and this is just an embroidery needle. You could also use a different kind of twine if you want to. Once you've got your twine through your needle, you're just going to take the needle and loop it through and pull it down about 6 inches. And then you're going to loop the needle through the hole of the bell another time so that it's tight around the top. And then you can just add your other 2 bells the same way, leaving just a little bit of a gap between the 2 bells. Wrapping the twine through the bell twice is just going to allow it to be able to stay in place and stay spaced out on the twine. Once you've got them through, we're going to just go ahead and cut the end off and tie a knot on the bottom bell. And I'm just going to do a square knot, right over left and left over right. And then just cut off any excess twine. I kind of want my bells to overlap just a little bit so I can pull and move around the bells since they're not tied in place. And then you can make your loop on the top. So we're just going to remove the needle. I'm going to fold the twine over itself and wrap it around and through, almost like you're tying your shoe. There's probably a name for this knot, but I don't know what it's called, so. And then you're just going to cut off any excess twine. Now you've got your cute little bell ornament ready to hang. So this next ornament I actually made for my Christmas tree last year, but since I wasn't filming back then, I wanted to go ahead and show you guys how I made them last year. So for this ornament, you're just gonna need some yarn, and you can use whatever yarn that you wanna use, whatever color. I really like this one because it's got a nice mix of creams and whites throughout it, and just looks really pretty in the final product. So we're gonna be making these little pom-pom ornaments, and they're super cute and really like boho looking. So to make the, what are they called? The pom-poms. To make the pom-poms, we're gonna use some cardboard, and we're just going to cut, I just cut, this is probably 6 inches by 4 inches maybe. And so I'm just going to cut a small slit in the middle of it here. This is going to help us make the pom-pom. So next you're just going to take your yarn, and we are going to wrap it around a lot because these are going to be pretty big size pom-poms and you want them to be nice and fluffy. So I'm going to say we're going to wrap it around 75 times. You're going to take a piece of this yarn and slide it through this slot that we made so that it's super easy to tie it around. And we're just going to do a simple double knot and tie it really tight. Then you're going to want to go ahead and remove it from the cardboard, and we're going to cut the loops with a pair of really sharp scissors. So at this point it looks kind of shaggy, but we are going to go through with some scissors and clean up the edges so that it makes it nice and fluffy and more pom-pom looking. And then you are left with this super cute little pom-pom ornament, and all you have to do is add in your hook and it will be ready to hang up. Chestnut roasting, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. So for this next ornament, we're going to be making some wood bead tassel ornaments. So I feel like these I've seen all over Pinterest, and they're just really trendy right now and look really like Scandinavian boho. So I thought we'd give them a shot, and they are super simple to make. So we're just going to use the same butcher's twine, and I really like using this for making tassels because it's like more of a cottony material, so it gives a really nice tassel. And then I just have these wood beads, and you can use any wood bead that you want, any size. These have just a little bit of like a rib detail on them. You could also paint these if you wanted to give it a different look, or you could use a different color twine as well to incorporate more of your Christmas color scheme. So to start off, I'm just going to make my tassel, and I'm just going to use this again because it's a nice size for the length of the tassel that I want to create. So instead of using this end, I'm going to use this side, and I'm just going to wrap this around 20 times to get a nice full look. You're just going to cut your piece of string or twine or yarn or whatever it is that you're using. And I like to go ahead and string my loop through while it's still on cardboard so that it stays in place easier. So this is going to be the part that we are using as the tree hook, and that we're going to put the beads on. So you want to make sure that you make it nice and long so that you're able to put the beads on and attach it to the tree. So I'm going to give a good about 8 inches of twine. And you're just going to tie your little square knot at the top. And you can slide it off of the cardboard, or you could even use your phone. You can wrap this around your phone, and that would be a really nice size for your tassel as well. So now we're just going to take another piece of twine about 6 inches, and we are going to be making the head of the tassel just about 1/2 inch down from the top. We are going to wrap it around, leaving enough twine at the start to be able to tie a knot, and cut off any excess twine. Now we are going to cut the loops down at the bottom to get our tassel, and to make sure that it's nice and straight across the bottom, we're just going to give it a good clean cut. So you could leave your tassel like this, or to give it a more full look, you can use, I'm just using this old dog brush that we have. So I'm just going to brush this out, and it's going to give it a nice full look. Once you've got your tassel ready, we are just going to attach our beads to the top. So you can use, like I said, whatever beads that you have on hand. You can use big beads, little beads, whatever. And there's like multiple ways that you could do this too. So I'm just going to start by slipping the twine through this large needle again, this embroidery needle, to make it easier to slip through the wood beads. You could also just wrap the ends of your twine with tape to make them stronger to be able to fit through the wood beads as well. So once you've got your needle on or your tape on, you're just going to want to slip on your beads. And I'm just going to be using 3 of these small beads. Once you've got your beads on, you're ready to tie your loop at the top. So we're just going to fold this string over itself and tie our little loop at the bottom. We're going to wrap it around and pull it through. Pull it really tight. And then you've got your little loop, and it's ready to hang. So I also wanted to show you guys this ornament. So I made this using the exact same techniques as I did to make this ornament, just using a yarn instead of a twine and different sized beads. So you can make completely different ornaments using the same techniques and a little bit of variation in the materials that you use. So you can also make this one just using 3 different sized beads and a little yarn tassel. So that's also a really cool option. So we're going to be making some salt dough ornaments, and I just got these little cookie cutters in a tree shape and then a star shape that I'm going to be using. But we're going to start by mixing up our dough mixture. So I'm going to be using 2 cups of flour. I'm using whole wheat flour because that's what I have on hand and I'm not using it for much else, so I'm going to use that. And then 1 cup of salt and 1 cup of water. So we're going to go ahead and mix up our dough. So once you've got your dough all mixed up, you can go ahead and roll it out. I just got parchment paper down because my table has got some grooves in it and my rolling pin actually broke. So I'm just going to use this long glass bottle, which is really awesome because you guys don't have to have a rolling pin to be able to make these. You can even just press it out with your hands and it'll give it a more organic look. Alright, are you ready to do some cutouts?
Yes.
Okay, once you got your dough all rolled out, you can go ahead and start cutting out your shapes. We are going to be using these Christmas tree cutouts and then a star cutout and then just a round lid cup to make some circle shapes as well. So once you've got all your ornaments cut out, you're going to want to go in with something to make a hole for the string to go through to hang them up. So I'm just going to use this end of a paintbrush. And this is also the time where you can do any kind of like imprints into the dough. You can like use a little end of a paintbrush to draw any like cute designs or put the date like the year 2020 on or anything like that. You can carve out names. I'm going to be using this faux cedar leaf thing, so I'm going to do a couple of imprints with this. So you've got all of your holes made and your impressions done, then we're just going to move these over to a baking sheet very gently. Once we've got all of them transferred over, we're going to go ahead and put them in the oven at 250 degrees Fahrenheit and keep them in there for 2 hours or until they're completely dry. Whenever you get your ornaments out of the oven and they've cooled, if the edges are not as smooth as you would like them to be, you can use some sandpaper and sand the edges of them down so that they are nice and smooth and you don't have any of the extra little crispy parts around the edges. So once your salt dough ornaments are completely cooled down, then you can either just attach a piece of twine or ribbon and hang them up natural like this. And I feel like using this, the wheat flour, gave it a really cool like frosted look. So I think that these would be really cool to hang up just as they are. Or another option is to paint them. So I'm going to go ahead and paint some of them. I kind of wanted more black accents on my Christmas tree. So I'm just going to paint this little Christmas tree ornament black. And I'm just using a acrylic paint. So I picked up this really pretty ribbon from Michael's and it was only like $3. So, but it's just really pretty satin look. So I thought that that would be a really cute way to elevate a really simple ornament. So I'm just going to go ahead and slip this through and it'll be ready to hang up. So what I really love about these ornaments is that you can really customize these to go with whatever your color scheme is for the holidays this year. So I really hope that you enjoyed this and that you're able to put your own spin on these Christmas ornaments. If you liked this video, definitely give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment below with what your favorite Christmas ornament was. So that's all I've got for you guys today, and I will see you in the next one.
Christmas, just like the ones I used to know.